Song 18. Clouds heap upon clouds and it darkens. Ah, love, why dost thou let me wait outside at the door all alone? In the busy moments of the noontide work I am with the crowd, but on this dark lonely day, it is only for thee that I hope. If thou showest me not thy face, if thou leavest me wholly aside, I know not how I am to pass these long, rainy hours. I keep gazing on the far-away gloom of the sky, and my heart wanders wailing with the restless wind. This song continues the theme from the previous poem, portraying the uncertainty of the beloved about whether her lover will come or not. The mood becomes gloomy as dark clouds gather, and the day darkens. The poet Tagore cries out to God, questioning why he is left waiting alone at the door. During the day, the poet was with other people, busy with their work, but as night falls, the darkness and loneliness intensify. He fervently longs for God's presence and hopes for his arrival. If God doesn't show his face or leaves him alone, the poet doesn't know how to endure the long, lonely, and depressing days of the rainy season. In his longing for God, the poet constantly gazes at the dark and gloomy sky. His heart cries out, blending with the sound of the wind. The poet's words express his deep yearning and emotional turmoil in the face of uncertainty and solitude. In this poignant poem, the poet expresses his sadness and gloom due to the absence of God and their failure to be united. He compares his state of despair to that of a beloved waiting at the door, feeling scared and lonely as the day darkens with clouds. The poet's pain is so intense that he complains to God, much like a woman would complain to her lover. The twilight, no longer bustling with the activities of the day, becomes a time of longing for the poet. He desperately cries out, questioning how he will live and pass the time if God does not show his face and leaves him aside. The poet implores God to bring him into his presence, as his life would become unbearably difficult without it. The imagery of loneliness and intense longing is heightened in the final line, as Tagore paints the picture of a sorrowful individual gazing into the gloomy sky, their heart crying and waiting like the restless wind. Yet, amidst the despair, a glimmer of hope shines through in the phrase "keep gazing," suggesting the possibility of a future union. This poem beautifully blends the secular and the religious, evoking a sense of both longing and hope. The poet's heartfelt plea for divine connection resonates with the human experience of yearning for something greater than oneself.